fans from all over the world on Twitch. It's an NWSL Saturday night from Southern Cal, San Diego, the scene for Wave FC's home opener against Gotham FC. Alongside former Penn State Nittany Lion Anna Whitty, I'm Mario Masudi, and we welcome you to Torero Stadium. San Diego, the 12th and newest member of this great league, expecting a packed house tonight as they look to build momentum after a 1-0 win on the road at Houston last weekend.
Houston Dash had many opportunities to put San Diego away. However, San Diego did a really good job of, after only 5 shots, getting one at the end of the game. Tonight, San Diego has to come out on the front foot, control this game, this tempo, and really use the wide areas and find a lot of crosses inside the box, but make sure bodies are there to finish it.
Jody Taylor, 86th minute, her 13th career game winner. Speaking of Gotham, big 3-0 win in Orlando.
Gotham had a huge performance against Orlando because they kept their shape and they stayed poised. Gotham looked really good because they used their midfield but also the wide areas, so watch for Gotham tonight to be in 1v1 situations against San Diego's fullbacks and try and find continuous opportunities inside the box for midfielders like Mewis and Purse to convert.
Anna, they used all 3 goals in the first half for their victory. They're going to look to repeat that performance here tonight from Torero Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun. There she is right there, Jody Taylor.
Jody Taylor is great at using her body and finishing crosses with her head, but she's also great in those 1v1 situations up top. Tonight, San Diego has to find a way to get their attackers involved in this game. They have to find the feet of Jody Taylor if they want to be successful against this Gotham backline.
And in this league, you can't talk about the NWSL without talking about Christy Mewis.
Midfielder Christy Mewis is the focal point of Gotham's starting 11 because how good she is at winning the ball in the midfield, distributing it out wide, but also getting into the attack herself. Additionally, she's got a lethal shot that's tallied a goal in Gotham's win last week. Mewis has to be vocal and consistently searching for the ball at her feet today.
We're excited. I hope you are as well. The first ever meeting between Wave FC and Gotham FC. All the action coming up from Torero Stadium, San Diego, coming up next on Twitch. Welcome to Torero Stadium. You can hear the arena is bouncing. They are excited for Wave FC's home regular season opener. Aria Masudi, Anna Whitty, joining you here from San Diego. It should be a lot of fun. We're looking at lineups. Welcome back, Abby Dahlkemper, into the San Diego Wave FC's lineup.
Dahlkemper is back and providing leadership and more stability on San Diego's back line. And then the trio in the midfield for San Diego, Van Egmond, McNabb, and Korniak, is one we've seen, but San Diego's been very vocal about still trying to figure out the best partnerships throughout this entire field. For Gotham, Mewis in the midfield, next to Zerboni, a different look for Gotham this season, but one that's certainly working.
Without a doubt, it should be a lot of fun. Kaylin Sheridan in the net for Wave FC. And for Gotham, Anna, you mentioned it, they don't change anything. 3-0, why change something? Scott Parkinson told us we really had a good game plan going into that matchup in Exploria Stadium. We stuck to it, got 3 first-half goals. All of a sudden, we can sit back on that and find a way to get 3 points.
Gotham, for the first time in history since 2013, 3 goals in the first half.
Early action from the Wave and a shot high over the bar.
Parkinson just talked about how he's just continuing to figure out the right system, the right style for his team. They lost a lot last year. This is a new look team, even though they have a lot of returning players and a lot of new veterans on this team as well. He's happy how this team is growing and certainly looking forward to getting a different look against San Diego today.
You see Gotham, all whites on the road. San Diego decked in the blue. Moving right to left on your screen. Expecting a crowd of well over 5,000. They averaged 5,000 here at Torero Stadium in the Challenge Cup. And Casey Stoney now in her first season in a brand new franchise coming from Manchester United. She said, it's been similar to what I had to build at Man U, so I'm no stranger to starting a franchise from scratch, but they're really excited in Southern California to see Wave FC.
Assistant coach for San Diego, Rich Gunny, spoke about how much the home crowd advantage is huge for his team, and especially in the attack, he sees a difference from his team when they get inside the box because of how the crowd gets involved. So it's huge to see how this sport is growing, especially just in the first home opener for the San Diego Wave in Southern California.
Yeah, no doubt. The energy from the crowd will provide a boost for Wave FC, but we mentioned Gotham and their ability to score on the road. 3-0 in Orlando, as impressive as it gets, all coming in the first half, and they're going to try and quiet this raucous crowd. An early corner opportunity. Anna, we talked about which team would utilize their width best going into this matchup. You already see Gotham trying to push the ball out in wider spaces.
Big key for Coach Parkinson is using that width, getting his fullbacks more involved in the attack. So watch for those 1v1 situations for Gotham tonight.
Service and swinging ball towards the 6. Strong. Looked like Korniak got ahead on it to clear it for the time being. Now back out wide here for Gotham FC. Turns into a throw-in for San Diego. Paige Monahan. On your screen, the 26-year-old from Roxbury, New Jersey. And Anna, what do you want to see from both teams early on in this one as they try to find their feet and get settled?
San Diego, I'd like to see them be the aggressor at the beginning of the game. I'd like to see them in the attack a little bit more. At the beginning of last week, and especially in the Challenge Cup, they allowed the game to come to them. I'd like to see them to put the ball on the ground and possess and get to the attack and find Jody Taylor, Alex Morgan's feet. For Gotham, continue what they're doing, which is playing their style, being in the right position at the right time, and being poised. We've seen Gotham with a ton of success against Orlando, and it's because they kept their shape, they used the midfield, and they really stretched Orlando's back line.
They really did, and the captain, McCall Zerboni, opening up the scoring in that one early in the first half, just the 29th minute. And then Midge Purse, Margaret Purse, just jumping all over it in the 30th, and before you knew it, Gotham was well on its way to a road victory on opening day. Tense moments early. Morgan physical there with Didasco. wins a foul. The head ref, Alex Billiter, tonight, already having a word with Paige Monahan.
Alex Morgan and Caprice Didasco just go into a collision there at the end. Morgan is in front of Didasco. Didasco coming in from behind. So Morgan does draw the foul for San Diego.
Here is Morgan on her preferred left foot. Cuts it back.
Come on, Eve.
And able to drop it. Now a service towards the back post. Quick header, popped back. Another header in the box, cleared off the line. About a yard off the line by Mewis. We talk about the versatility of a Christy Mewis on the offensive side of things. She does pretty well, too, in the back half.
Mewis does a fantastic job of being that 8 for Gotham. That's exactly what she was for Houston last season, but for her to be able to track back and clear that one out. For San Diego, did a really good job getting the ball in the box and contesting a little bit earlier than what we've seen in previous games. I like San Diego being the aggressor just 6 minutes into this match.
Mewis called up to the U.S. women's national team. They played Uzbekistan earlier this year. Long ball played ahead. San Diego tries to find its footing and grow into the match. Great interception by Gotham. Now to the feet of Jakobsen.
Yes!
And as expected in the 6th minute, both teams, as we say, growing into the match. Touches sometimes heavy. As you work your way into the game flow, you're seeing that kind of from both teams.
Gotham did a really good job of intercepting that last pass from San Diego. For San Diego, just move your feet a little bit faster, get in and out of tight spaces. You see Gotham's trying to speed them up, especially when they have the ball. So don't allow that, set your own tempo, and continue just to move the ball from side to side.
There's Abby Dahlkemper, longtime U.S. women's international player. A stalwart in the NWSL for a number of years. Spent some time with the Houston Dash as well. The first ever signing for San Diego and this franchise. And Wave FC finds something here on this possession. Good work. Nifty out of trouble. Find some space, they'll work it around the pitch. Dahlkemper was looking long, not on the same page. For San Diego in that 1-0 win over Houston. We talked about Jody Taylor's goal in the 86th minute. They were outshot 11-5 in the matchup, but sometimes you just have to be opportunistic, kind of take the waves and the punches, and they dealt the final one. Gotham trying to deal an early blow here. Purse into the box, plays it across, and forces an early save for Kaylin Sheridan, the former Clemson Tiger.
In those moments is where Purse is so lethal, finding that ball in behind, and she beats Dahlkemper with a really good touch. Well done by Gurma to close down that space. But if you're San Diego's backline, you have to be aware when someone steps to Purse or even on Umano, and that there's someone in behind to cover.
Talking to both coaches this week about just the tactics, organizing their shapes, trying to utilize their personnel. That's always the name of the game, isn't it?
For an expansion team like San Diego, too, it's really important to know who you have on your bench, and they were able to use the Challenge Cup to figure out personnel, what players can do. But right now, Coach Gunny talked about now finding where are the best spots for those players to be and where are the best partnerships. And that's what we're seeing in this starting 11, too, with Van Egmond playing next to McNabb and Korniak in the middle of the field. We learned a lot about them throughout the Challenge Cup, but tonight, seeing how they work together and how they play behind Morgan, Taylor, and Jakobsen.
Yeah, just 1, 2, and 2 in the Challenge Cup, but they showed some offensive prowess at times. 9 goals, which was upper half in the league, and 38 shots on goal generated, which finished second in the tournament. You got to give them some credit. Obviously, Alex Morgan makes a difference up top, but a slew of young players that are looking to try and find their form and maybe earn a everyday spot on this team.
You even talk about what San Diego calls game changers, or players who come off the bench and step on the field. Right now, Belle Breedy, Kelsey Turnbow are on the bench and who have been huge assets for this team and created the most chances against the dash for San Diego. So there's so many players, so many different young talent that San Diego has to work with throughout this entire season, and we're only in week 2. It's a long season.
Yeah, you talk about a Kelsey Turnbow or Amira Ali who can come off the bench and provide that spark. You see Scott Parkinson there looking on, and what a job he has done at Gotham FC. Not an easy situation for him to have to come into last season, but man, did he not show his prowess for managerial tactics. When he gets Gotham to the playoffs, they get there, and then he said, hey, we had to turn the page, and we had to find ways that we could utilize what we had on our roster, and they've done a good job of that early on.
Gotham has changed their formation a little bit too, and the way that they play now that they don't have a player like Long and Carly Lloyd up top. They have just one single 9, and Coach Parkinson talked about how much he likes that, and using Mewis as a false 9 in some ways. She's in the midfield and she's able to get forward a lot. That's not what Long and Zerboni did, so that changes Zerboni's game a bit.
Jakobsen into the box onto her left, blocked right back to her, cuts it back. A couple of Gotham defenders in, header popped over the bar. Ashley Harris just watches it drift. The Wave FC's maybe best chance in the offensive third today. There's the Korniak, 6'1".
Well done by Jakobsen to take on several defenders inside the box, and Westfall is right there behind her to provide that service back inside the box. Just no one's there, rather just goes over the net by Korniak. And like you said, such a tall aerial presence for San Diego. Has been a huge threat already this season for San Diego in that midfield and when it comes to goal scoring.
Without a doubt, the Troy, Michigan native. Started in the Big 12 at Colorado for a number of years. Ended up being the program's all-time leader in points, first All-American in program history, making Buffs fans proud everywhere.
Get organized! Get organized!
You can hear it there, get organized. Here's a shot bending towards the back post. Harris, though, the veteran keeper, read it well the entire way.
Jody Taylor saw that opportunity. You could see her checking her shoulder, looking for someone to pass it off to, but no one was stepping in front of Taylor as she receives that ball. She takes it away from Zerboni, and she creates enough space where she had good range on Harris. There's someone coming in behind, but well done by Taylor to test Harris.
13th minute of action here on Twitch if you're just joining us. Great interception. Krieger working in as well. And McCall Zerboni, the captain here for Gotham tonight. Now Mewis runs on. Early touch too for Ifoma Onamanu. Talented striker from Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Now, bit earlier for Mitch.
Wave FC's first inaugural season here in the NWSL. Gotham, a relatively new club as well, former Sky Blue.
This is the kind of pressure that San Diego wanted to put on Gotham. They're keeping Gotham in their back half and not allowing them to turn and get out. Well done by San Diego's backline to keep them pressed.
How about this ball from Mewis to Monahan, 1v1 Monahan onto her left. And deflected out. Strong work defensively by Kristen Westfall, the former Florida Gator.
Well done by Gotham to break that pressure and use those wide areas to create a set piece opportunity.
Make sure you see it. Corner kick.
Another corner early for Gotham as we move into the 15th minute. In swinging ball towards the near post. Trying to cause some havoc for this San Diego back line. They hold their own on that set piece. You wondered what Gotham would look like. That one's punched. It'll be another corner. Early in this match, 3 goals early in Orlando. A team that last season, not known for its offensive prowess. And that was something Scott Parkinson wanted to change. He said, we've got some players that we feel we can press higher into the attack. We've seen that early here.
Gotham using their ability through the midfield to find those players' feet, especially a player like Purse who had 9 goals last season. You have to find a way to get the ball at her feet or find her in space.
He was so good with her left foot here. Towards the back post, Tess Sheridan. Kaylin Sheridan, Canadian national team member, makes it look so easy. Goalkeeper of the Year finalist in this great league twice in her career. Just 26 years old. Still 0-0 from Torero Stadium. San Diego hosting Gotham.
Coach Parkinson talked about Sheridan, how she used to be with Gotham, and now she's playing with a San Diego team who wants her to use her feet a little bit more. And Coach Parkinson talked about Sheridan saying she is one of the youngest, most gifted players in the world. And now that she's on the San Diego roster, watch for her to hit those long balls, try and find her fullbacks in wide spots down the field because she is so accurate with those types of passes.
Estelle Johnson, number 24 on your screen, 33-year-old from Fort Collins, Colorado. Now over 150 career games played in all competitions in the NWSL. This league grows each and every year. It gets better and better every year. The investment's being made every year. And it's been fun to watch. All the different media rights as well. And Southern Cal's got to be excited, right? You've got Wave, you've got Angel City. I mean, it's a new era of soccer in a place that I think craves the sport at a different level than most.
You can see the excitement for women's soccer in Southern California. You saw it last Friday with 22,000 at Bank of California Stadium. And then you see it here tonight with so many people in the stands.
Early action again, finding the tall-bodied Korniak, but Ashlyn Harris again so good.
Ashlyn Harris, a staple on this back line for Gotham, just with her leadership, the ability to communicate well with her center backs, and you'll hear her through the entire game, just constantly telling them where they need to be in certain spots. Westphal did a good job of getting that ball inside the box. Harris stepping off her line to contest that against Korniak.
Pretty good ball there, too, from Emily Van Egmen. Speaking of good balls, running on. This is really good from Taylor. Cuts it back to Alex Morgan onto her right, deflected by Mewis. A couple of national team members and teammates going at it 1v1. You'll see a lot of that tonight. Chipped up. Still dangerous. Korniak and Harris in the end found it in the breadbasket.
This is really good for San Diego. They're getting those chances, those opportunities inside the box. The other piece of it is the amount of bodies that are inside the box. Well done by Morgan just to keep that ball alive, continuing to keep it in the air for Korniak, who has great size, and she's going to win those aerial duels.
Into the channel, Korniak. We've said her name a ton early in this first half, making her presence felt. Receives cleanly, cuts it back onto her right, overlapping run, decides not to use it. Keeps pushing it central and drops it back to McNabb. Service, back post area, header over the bar.
Well done by Van Egmen to get in the right spot inside the box. She was fearless as that ball came inside, just wasn't able to redirect it in the back of the net. But a lot of power behind that ball. Well done by McNabb just to push it out wide to find McGrady with a fantastic service right on top of the 6. Dorsey's there to try and contest it against Van Egmen. But this is the style of soccer that San Diego wants to play. These balls in from the wide spots and plenty of numbers there to get on the end of it.
Early touch there from Tegan McGrady. Did not play last week. Same for Cardinal star. Germa. Van Egmond. Pushes the ball back to Dahlkemper. Switching the point of attack now. Again, McGrady looking for Morgan. Pass a bit too heavy. They'll go for a Gotham throw. Coach Parkinson about shifting from the Cup to the regular season, and he said, look, we had to start building on last year and tweak our shape and our style, and it took a little bit of time to figure it out. We played North Carolina, we played Washington, two teams that no doubt are going to expose you a little bit, but they feel like as they're getting towards this regular season, week 2, they're starting to figure out what works best for them.
A really good point by Coach Parkinson with who they played against in the Challenge Cup. North Carolina and Washington was a fantastic game earlier today in the Challenge Cup final. Just so much pressure from two teams who've really solidified their starting 11 before the regular season started. So a good test for Gotham early on.
Ball towards the back post. Morgan got a head on it. Some trouble from Gotham's back line to clear. I see the energy and the effort and the work rate picking up from San Diego as this game is growing along. A little bit of a shaky start for them. Gotham on the front foot, but at home you kind of expect things to level out, and got to give Wave a lot of credit right now.
Gotham, their communication wasn't really good on that last clearance either. Zerboni and another player went in for that clearance. So for Gotham's back line, they just have to communicate a little bit more and make sure there's just one person there to clear it out.
How does Gotham respond to the pressure being put on them? No doubt they've had some bright moments themselves. Here's Midge Purse onto her left, looking for the through ball to Anamanu. Not on the same page. Anamanu was starting to track out wide. I think Purse thought, hey, you had the vertical run right through the seam of the center backs.
Anamanu was trying to give Purse that space to take it herself because Anamanu was pulling out the San Diego center backs. Just a little bit of miscommunication from the Gotham forwards.
A regular season unbeaten streak, now to 9 matches for Gotham. Have a good bug pop.
Help us, Mitch!
Egmond, Korniak, now Germa. Dahlkemper, popped over the top. Jakobsen ran on, cleared away by Dorsey. Mewis creating space. And a switch now to Didasco, can get up the pitch in a hurry from a right back spot. Purse. At the 1-2. Did not go their way that time with Naomi Kawasumi. Service dealt with well by the back line of San Diego. Temps entering the low 60s now in San Diego. A little bit of a wind chill. Beautiful day. Temps reaching the high 60s. Some clouds in the sky. They call America's finest city. There's McCall Zerboni, the captain here tonight again for Gotham. 21 games played a season ago. 19 games started, a former NWSL Best 11 member. put in a strong 84 minutes against the Pride at the age of 35 last week.
Coach Parkinson spoke about how Zerboni's role is going to change this season without Allie Long. Instead of playing a pivot with Allie Long, she is going to be the player who has a little less freedom, but she's supposed to win the ball and get it out of her feet quickly. So you won't see Zerboni as much into the attack because that's for Christy Mewis and Kawasumi to have the freedom to get forward and help the forwards underneath.
First player ever in NWSL history with over 10,000 minutes logged on her legs.
Experience in the middle of the field is what Zerboni brings, just the leadership and the knowledge. She's seen it all, and she's worked with so many different players, different coaches. She's been around this league clearly as it's continued to grow, so great experience that other players around her can learn from her and take away what she knows.
Oh, bad giveaway by Sheridan. Can Gotham take advantage? Not that time, Girma strong with her head, but Monahan stays with it. Near the end line, to the corner flag, last touched. It'll be a throw for Gotham. And it was Westfall on the defense. Kristen Westfall, former number 3 overall pick of the NWSL draft. Played center back in college, moving over to the right side. See tonight, Zerboni, Anna, you mentioned her efficiency, 22 touches, just 65% with the passing accuracy, but you've got to give a lot of credit to the way that San Diego has pressured her and moved her into uncomfortable spots on the pitch.
Tonight, San Diego's really taken away the Mewis and Kawasumi option as well. We haven't seen either one of those midfielders live on the ball a lot. So watch for Kawasumi and Mewis just to move their feet a little bit more and find themselves in better pockets to allow them to create.
You know, they talk about that triangle. How do you free up certain spots of the midfield to allow them to be advantageous?
Mewis has to check in, check out, find herself away from defenders.
There's not going to be a corner kick. Monahan tried to shield, now turns and it will be, looks like a throw-in.
However, additionally, Gotham has to have the ball at their feet in order for Mewis to find the ball. San Diego's really dominated possession early on in this game.
Like Gotham's best chances have been direct play. And they can find Purse in the attack. Monahan on that left side. San Diego's been able to build up just a tad bit more so far through about 27 minutes. We are in the 28th minute. A whistle and a foul going the other way. If you're just joining us here on Twitch, San Diego taking on Gotham, Arya Masudi and Anna Whitty, our entire crew. Scott Parkinson's first trip out to San Diego as the head coach of and the manager of Gotham.
Don't let him out! Get off!
Liverpool-born Parkinson, an assistant coach for a number of teams in the NWSL, well respected amongst his peers. And the job he did last year was incredible. It really was. Unbeaten in his 7 matches. Gotham obviously said goodbye to Carly Lloyd, as did the soccer world. It's allowed them to focus in on the next wave and the next batch of stars.
I see what you did there, the next wave for Gotham. But you're right, for Gotham, especially in the attack, is Anu Manu being that main 9 role. She's not having anyone up top with her to play next to this season. He's allowing her to have a little bit more freedom. And then, like we've been talking about, Mewis and Zerboni, Kawasumi in the midfield is a different look. There's different pieces on all lines, and Parkinson's done a really good job of fitting them together.
How about that piece of skill from Anu Manu? Feeds it to Purse. First time, low and hard across the face of goal, but Sheridan was there at the right spot at her near post. You feel like Anu Manu's ball, it looks like, oh, there's an injury going down.
A ball in behind. Anu Manu beats Dahlkemper with that touch. Purse trying to get it back inside. Purse doing a really good job of getting her hips around that ball. Just not enough to pull it out. There's also nobody inside for Gotham to convert. right now. Dahlkemper on the ground with the trainer getting checked out. We didn't see what the initial reason was that led her to go down in the box.
I got her on 3.
See what Alex Morgan's done here tonight. A couple of touches, has looked dangerous. In the air especially a couple of times.
San Diego had some really good crosses early on in the first half. They were getting numbers inside the box. Nothing really contested Harris too much because it wasn't close enough to net. San Diego just needs to get those crosses a little bit more on top of the 6 for them to finish. And here's the play again. Dahlkemper's in the right spot on top of the 6. As she goes to walk out, she does take a knee, and Sheridan goes over to her to check her out before she waves on the trainers. Again, not really sure what happened, but we do see the trainers still tending to her on the floor and checking her out. Certainly, if you're San Diego, a player who's coming back, there's a stretcher now coming back onto the field for Dahlkemper.
You never want to see this. So well respected Abby Dahlkemper throughout the NWSL. U.S. Women's National Team starter for a number of years.
It's a positive sign to see Dahlkemper sitting up on her own accord and communicating with the trainers right now.
Packed crowd at Torero Stadium looking on. No doubt, San Diego, a loyal soccer fan base, not just for the Wave, but really for the sport in general. Southern California has been a beacon for really youth soccer, national team soccer. Watched Abby Dahlkemper star in this sport for a number of years as we get another look.
This is the ball that comes into Anu Manu. It's contested by Dahlkemper before that ball gets played, but Dahlkemper completes that play. She tracks back, gets into the right position. She has her hips facing up the field. Still not sure what happened, but again, it's good to see Dahlkemper on her feet, speaking with the trainers.
Round of applause. Dahlkemper slowly and gingerly walks off the pitch. Positive sign, though, that she's able to do so under her own power.
And you can hear the fans in the stadium cheering for Dahlkemper.
See the respect. Again, Caprice Didasco coming over.
We're doing the sub regardless.
Check on a fellow defender in this league. And now the captain's armband goes to Alex Morgan. You see her on the bottom of your screen, slipping that on. And being told Kaylee Reel will enter the match now for San Diego. 25-year-old from Fairfax Station, Virginia.
Alex, we're doing a sub.
Former Nittany Lion.
It's going in. Yeah, go ahead. It's not a concussion sub.
Shout out to your alma mater. So enter in Kaylee Reel.
Kaylee Reel, center defender who got the first goal in San Diego history, has been able to step on that back line for San Diego in the past few games throughout the Challenge Cup as well, and it's fit in well. She's a solid defender who's done a really good job of winning the ball and distributing it and playing really well next to Gurma as well, continuing to build that partnership.
Nearly 8,900 minutes in her time at Penn State, which is an NCAA record for a position player at that level. So she'll be asked to step in admirably, hopefully, if you're a San Diego fan, for Abby Dahlkemper, who's out of this match now. We're entering the 36th minute from Torero Stadium, San Diego's first regular season home match of the year. Both teams coming off victories last week. Gotham won 3-0 on the road in Orlando. San Diego 1-0 in Houston, in the Lone Star State. Neither team has been able to break the ice thus far. They've had some close moments. Both keepers have played well. Back lines have come up when they've been called upon. Got talented strikers that can change the score with really a blink of the eye at any moment.
Especially with how direct Gotham's been playing in this game. They're trying to find those balls in behind a little bit more than we saw them play against Orlando. And Coach Parkinson spoke about how they want to be a little less direct this season than they were last year. So they're trying to build up through the midfield, use those wide spaces a little bit more. But today, it's really just finding the balls over top.
How about that ball? Van Egmond runs on, good ball. Glancing, Korniak! It's blocked on the line. Gotham FC coming up huge in support of Ashlyn Harris, and now a corner. That is the best chance for either team so far.
Caprice Didasco in the right position. She's standing right in front of net next to Harris to block that ball coming out. Well done by Korniak to keep that alive. She took a good touch and is just trying to keep it on the ground to find side netting. Just isn't able to push it past Didasco.
Former Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Spent some time in the Bundesliga before making her way here to San Diego. Dangerous on the corner kicks as well. Keep an eye on it. Towards the 6, Morgan. Her shot deflected. Low and hard. Is this the moment? No. Ashlyn Harris. My goodness. How much longer can Gotham keep the ball out of the back of the net?
San Diego's done a really good job of putting as many numbers as they can inside the box as well. Really good defense by Gotham. And great goalkeeping by Ashlyn Harris to keep that one out. But San Diego has to continue to do what they're doing. Continue to put those numbers in the box, those balls inside the box, and make it difficult for Gotham to clear it.
Bit of a role reversal from San Diego's game in Houston, where the Dash had opportunities. In the end, they couldn't capitalize. Take another look.
The initial ball comes inside. Korniak keeps it alive with her head, and then McGrady does a good job of continuing just to push it inside the box. She wants it to keep it in the box, and then Jody Taylor's there trying to clean it up. You see there's 4, 5, 6 attackers by San Diego inside the 18 trying to push it past. Just isn't able to get it there in time. Again, something they have to continue to do.
Another player for San Diego shaken up.
That's why she got her hat. Is she off the pitch? Are they off the pitch now?
See Casey Stoney looking on. Looks like Korniak took a knock on the foot or the ankle area.
I told you that right away. She pointed in the wrong direction.
Trainer tending to Korniak's right lower leg right now. After that tackle, that went out of bounds.
Her feet, good to see.
Korniak trying to win that ball back against Gotham.
See the ankle kind of roll underneath her just a little bit.
Now Korniak just on the sidelines with the trainer getting further assessed. Korniak's been a huge bright spot for the San Diego attack and midfield today.
Again, outstanding work rate so far on both sides of the ball. So San Diego will play with 10 for the time being. Long ball played into the 18, cleared away. Dorsey and Didasco able to range over. It is a throw, however, for San Diego.
Yes, Chris. Organize it.
41 minutes in.
Paige, get over.
Anna, about what you expected to see so far?
San Diego's done a really good job of possessing this game. They've been able to dictate what they want to do with it in the attacking third, and they've kept it away from players like Mewis and Kawasumi in the midfield, who've done a really good job in past games dictating the style for Gotham.
No roll needed. Drop.
See the possession. San Diego plus 10. Now McGrady.
Seconds.
Lefty service. It's a pretty good one. Edge of the 18. Taylor onto her right. Saved by Jakobsen. And a goal kick. Has to come off the boot of the attacking San Diego player. It's the expected goals. Yeah, you'd think so far San Diego would have at least one. Perhaps Gotham a bit lucky to be still level. However, the name of this game is finishing your chances. Gotham did that 3 times against Orlando last week.
Get over. Get over.
Gotham with only 2 shots in this game, San Diego with 13.
Deny the cross caps. Come on, girl.
Coach Stoney has to be really happy with how her team's been able to test Harris in this game, but you want to see 1 converted.
Christy, tell her to get us up. Tell her to get us up.
Now.
Tell Ash to get us up.
Ashlyn Harris, who coming into the match needed 9 saves to get to 500 in her career. The all-time NWSL regular season saves leader. Cocoa Beach, Florida native. What an outstanding career she has had.
Mitch, start for yard, start on side.
Korniak looks to be okay, back at it. Drops all the way back.
Organize it.
Sheridan will look to restart and build out of the back.
Yes, Nahal. Yes, man. Christy, get over. Paige, get over.
Brady on the throw.
Come on, Mitch.
Korniak to Morgan. Morgan lefty service low across the face of the goal. It falls to Taylor, tried to bend it. Was there a deflection? And there was.
Before that ball even gets off Taylor's foot, you could tell she wished her body was a little bit more forward. Really good look by Taylor. She was in the right position, just wasn't able to get enough power behind that ball because of where her body's in. Taylor, just her body, her left ankle gets cut up underneath her. Goes off a Gotham player, but another good look for San Diego, right inside the 18.
It'll be McGrady. Second corner coming for Wave FC. Lefty service into the box, headed clipped, crossbar. Still in play. And Gotham clears it out for the time being, but back to McGrady. Another service, and a point is that to the penalty spot.
McGrady with a really good corner kick in. San Diego did a good job of keeping it alive, and as soon as that ball goes back inside the 18, it hits off a Gotham hand. Penalty kick for Alex Morgan.
Indeed, a penalty kick and an opportunity for San Diego to break through here at home. It'll be Alex Morgan. One of the top players in the world. And we're about to have some fun against Ashlyn Harris. Morgan's 4 goals in the cup were the second most by any player. The home opener for San Diego and the second ever signing for the franchise. It's Alex Morgan from the spot, and she makes no mistake. Who else? Alex Morgan gives San Diego a 1-0 lead as Torero Stadium comes to life.
Alex Morgan making the decision just to hit it right up the middle of the goal. And I love Ashlyn Harris pointing to the upper left, wanting Morgan to go there, trying to get inside her head, but well done by Morgan to keep her composure, take a few steps up to the ball, and absolutely strike it to put San Diego up by 1. Morgan isn't even paying attention to that direction by Ashlyn Harris, who dives to her right. Really well struck ball with her laces right down the center of the goal.
As calm, cool, and collected as you like, Alex Morgan has done it once again.
Doesn't matter how you get it if you're San Diego, you're happy to see it in the back of the net. And this helps San Diego's confidence, especially as we're heading into extra time in the first half. They've got to be happy with just being up by 1 and using that to continue to put those balls inside the box and keep Gotham pinned in.
Talk about the stars in this sport and in this league. She's had a number of moments and milestones in her career, but she's going to add first ever home regular season goal for San Diego in its franchise history. Korniak, again, physical throughout the first half, has really made her presence felt. And it's 1-0 as 6 minutes of stoppage time have been added. Well-deserved goal for San Diego. They've been on the front foot of a majority of this half.
I've been very polite.
And that handball came from Gotham, rather San Diego, continuing to put those balls inside the box and just keeping it inside. It can be so difficult to keep it in when Gotham's continuing to try and clear it. Here's that handball that drew the penalty kick. It's a step by Gotham. That left hand gets hit as it comes in from McGrady's left foot.
An unfortunate moment there for Gotham, but again, they've been fortunate a number of times already in this first half to not concede. Oh, bad ball. Anamanu. Was she the last to get a touch on it? Yes, she was before it went out.
Well
you
done.
See the speed and the pace of Anamanu.
Well done by Sheridan to step out. She knows that pace that Anamanu has. There was no defenders on top of her trying to close it down, so Sheridan knew she had to step and use her feet to get it out from underneath Anamanu.
That could have been the moment, though, Anna, that Gotham was looking for a mistake from San Diego.
Gotham's been a little bit more direct. They're trying to find Anumanu a purse on the right foot, on the shoulder of a San Diego defender this entire game.
Good ball. Mewis goes down. No call. Crunching tackle clean for Alex Billiter. The ref tonight. She's in the yellow and the black. Right in the middle of your screen towards the left now. Manu. Stays with it. Mewis also jostling in there. Headed away by McNabb. Haven't said McNabb's name a ton tonight, but she has been rock solid there in the center.
McNabb, such a versatile player for San Diego. She can play outside back position. We've seen her play center back when she's been asked upon it, and also in that center midfield role, has done a really good job of playing next to Van Egmond and Korniak, allowing those two players to be in the attack. McNabb is just the facilitator. She's there to win those balls and just play the next right person.
Didasco will go into the book. Yellow. Put her on a caution. Final few moments now of the first half.
It's on you. Time's up. It's on you.
Morgan. Service. High into the air. Monahan got a foot to it. Van Egmond. Westfall drops it off. Jakobsen towards the back post. Korniak to Morgan again. On to her left. Quick strike. Blocked. And that is all that Alex Billiter will allow from the first 45 and 6 minutes of added time. It was Alex Morgan's goal in added time from the penalty spot, and it has San Diego up 1-0.
San Diego controlled a lot of this first half. Possession for San Diego, 57%. They had 17 shots. Well done just to be inside the box and really keep Gotham pinned in. We haven't seen Purse or even Monahan have their feet on the ball in the attack. That's a lot of credit to San Diego's midfield, the back line, just keeping them pinned in. Well done by San Diego to go up by 1 with that penalty kick.
And the opening stanza done from Torero Stadium. San Diego 1, Gotham FC 0. NWSL here on Twitch. We're going to step aside for halftime. We will be joining you again in just a moment. back to NWSL on Twitch, Torero Stadium. And we talk about the passionate fan base watching on as San Diego leads Gotham 1-0. Over 500 people, Anna, showed up last week at home and away in Old Town to watch the official watch party of San Diego at Houston. And if that doesn't tell you just the fever they have for this franchise in this area, I don't know what does. That just makes you smile looking at it.
Really awesome to see how soccer has continued to grow in San Diego and hearing about how awesome that party was to watch that game in Houston.
No doubt about it. San Diego's given them a lot to smile about.
San Diego has been in Gotham's 18 almost the entire first half and did a really good job of keeping them pinned in. This is that handball that drew to the Alex Morgan penalty kick. But if you're San Diego, you want those 17 shots to convert a little bit more. Yes, they've had 17 shots, but San Diego has only had 4 of them really be on target. So in the second half, how can San Diego adjust their movement to make those shots just a little bit more dangerous?
So that goal for Alex Morgan has the home side ahead 1-0. And Alex Morgan, again, doing what she does as the San Diego Wave up on Gotham FC 1-0. Plenty more coming up from halftime here on this Saturday afternoon. Welcome back to Southern California. Again, if you're just joining us, we are at halftime here from Torero Stadium, San Diego. It's the home opener for Wave FC in the regular season. going up against Gotham. They lead by 1. And Anna, as we take a look at the highlights from the first 45, Gotham confident from a 3-0 win last week against Orlando. And as the game went along, you felt like San Diego started to grow into the match a little bit.
San Diego started on the right foot, and that's exactly what they needed to do, was be the aggressor. Gotham was trying to be really direct and find San Diego in those transition moments on their heels. Well done by Girma in multiple situations to track back and make sure those shots on Sheridan weren't threatening and were easy to save. But San Diego has kept Gotham pinned in their back half. Tegan McGrady has put in 6 crosses and has really set up San Diego's attack to convert and try and find the back of the net. Jody Taylor's had 5 shots of her own, and so has Alex Morgan. They've been really aggressive inside the box, trying to test Harris, but they haven't put on anything too threatening, so San Diego has to continue just to switch the point of attack to get those balls inside the box and catch Harris and the whole entire back line of Gotham on their heels. Gotham came in a little bit. They're trying to find Mewis's feet. They're trying to find Zerboni in the midfield and grow out of that. But San Diego's midfield has done a really good job of shutting down those interior passes and keeping it up top for players like Jody Taylor and Alex Morgan to get those types of opportunities in front of net. And this is the ball that McGrady put in, went off the hand of a Gotham player, set up for Alex Morgan to put one in the back of the net right before halftime. San Diego, a lot of confidence off of this penalty kick going into the second half. And this team has looked really complete and is really playing the style of soccer that Coach Stoney wants to see from her entire roster.
What do they say about strikers? Goals are like oxygen, and Alex Morgan's got San Diego feeling really good about the way they're playing. I mean, it's been really after an early push from Gotham, all Wave FC.
Speaking of oxygen, it's keeping San Diego alive, right? So yes, you're right. 17 shots from San Diego. 5 of those on goal, but the possession is really big for San Diego. They wanted to be relaxed, have that composure, and play fearless. And that's what they've been able to do with the ball at their feet and keep it away from Gotham, who their style of soccer and where they're the most comfortable is when they have it at their feet.
And we'll have to see as we move into the second half. Teams starting to walk back out onto the pitch. Can San Diego keep up the form that it had in the first half? Here playing in front of a raucous crowd, and it's the opening regular season match for Wave FC. We will have more coming up here from Torero Stadium after this. San Diego and Gotham. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. And now we wonder, what does Gotham have left in the tank here in the second half? Can San Diego find that second goal? Anna, what are you looking for?
For Gotham, I want to see their midfielders live on the ball a little bit more and be able to possess it once they have the ball at their feet. But also I'd like to see it start from the center backs as well. Krieger and Johnson really haven't been able to distribute the ball out of the back half. So for San Diego as well, continue just to play your style, keep Gotham pinned in, and try and win the ball higher up the field to continue to look for those opportunities on net.
Alex Morgan's goal in the 46th minute. Officially 45 plus the first minute of stoppage time. They gave 6 in the first half. It was from the penalty spot, and that's got the home side leading by 1. Gotham put up 3 last week on the road at Exploria Stadium against Orlando. Haven't had too many bright moments tonight in the offensive attack. And now you wonder too, Anna, last week you were on the front foot. You scored 3 early first half goals, allowed you to feel really good about yourself. Now for the first time in the regular season, you're asked to kind of come back after being punched in the mouth.
Gotham is going with the same lineup that they had against Orlando. So Coach Parkinson is seeing what his players can do against different styles of soccer against the San Diego team.
Anamanu, don't think she caught that quite right.
Start! McCall, no! Into out! Into out!
You can hear the direction coming from the pitch from our Nat Sounds. Is there a player that you feel like on Gotham, Anna, that can make a difference here in this next 45?
For Gotham, they need an outlet player like Purse or Anumano just to change this game a little bit more. They have to be able to find themselves in 1v1 situations where they are the most deadly and just take on San Diego and beat them with their foot skills or with their pace. But in order to do that, Gotham has to find their feet. Gotham is having the same issues that San Diego had last week, which is just getting their attackers involved in this game. We saw it at the top of this second half. Gotham was knocking around their back line. They have to find a way just to be patient and build it up to their attacking line.
Less fall on the throw-in. Go now to Gotham. Kawasumi. Mewis. Smooth with her feet. Dispossessed. Van Egmond. Jakobsen. 1v1 against Dorsey. Swedish international. Cut off there. Support from Kawasumi as well. Here's the Japanese international. Looking to play it ahead into space for Purse. Not even the speed and the pace of Midge Purse to catch up to that one.
Kawasumi is that outlet player for Gotham. That's exactly what she was last season. She had 4 assists for Gotham. She's trying to win the ball face up and find Purse or Anumano in behind. Again, Gotham has to find her feet on the ground in order for her to provide that service.
Dorsey, former Blue Devil, starred at Duke for a number of years. As Kaylee Reel you just saw on your screen, came in for Abby Dahlkemper in the first half. See 18 shots registered for San Diego. the other end, Gotham just looking for an answer. Trying to feel comfortable in the attacking third. We haven't seen them in the attacking third too many times.
2 shots from Gotham possess 44% of this game. They're just getting passed around, especially in the midfield.
Good ball, Jakobsen inside the 18, Van Egmond. First time hit.
Great run by Van Egmond to be right there on top of the 18. But you see the defender on top of her is Monahan, who's an attacking player. A good ball in by Korniak. She's trying to find Jakobsen in the white spaces in behind. Van Egmond holds her run. She's waiting for that ball, but she doesn't get her body over top of it, and that allows the ball to get hit over the crossbar. Again, this is how San Diego wants to play. They want to get into the wide spots, take a touch inside, and then find a player inside the 18 with a cross inside. That's exactly what they're doing. Just has to be a little more clinical with that final touch.
Anna, perhaps being on your home pitch, perhaps playing another week with your teammates, but this is a step forward so far from San Diego from last week.
You talk about playing on your home pitch. I think that's a huge piece of San Diego. You hear the energy that the fans are giving them in this game, and it just goes to show as this sport grows and just the fans that get involved in this game, how much more exciting it is for a home team when they get into the attack. Their energy just looks a little bit different.
No doubt. 3 home games in the Challenge Cup and nearly 6,000 fans per game. Top 3 in the league in that mark. Jakobsen running on. Dealt with well for the time being. There goes Didasco.
Jakobsen putting a lot of pressure on Dorsey and on the center backs of Gotham, which isn't allowed them to possess the ball when they win it. That's exactly how Gotham wants to build up. They want their center backs to dictate how they're going to play out of the back half. But when you have a player like Jakobsen on top of them, dispossessing, it makes it very difficult to keep possession.
Westfall on the throw. Aims for inside the edge of the 18. Romano trying to hold off Alex Morgan. See the work she's put in tonight. Yes, the goal from the penalty spot, but high activity, especially inside the 6. She's been dangerous, creating for her teammates as well from wide areas.
6 shots from Morgan in this game. She's just really lived inside the 18, and she's also put in crosses herself, trying to get players like Jody Taylor on the end of it, even Korniak. I like how not only has she waited for the ball inside the 18, but she's also dropped back a little bit into the wide spots as well to help create those opportunities.
We asked Coach Gunny from San Diego really about who would be a couple players he felt like could make the difference in this matchup, and he said, you know, that's something we're trying to pride ourselves on actually, is not knowing where it's going to come from. We want there to be a number of solutions, a number of players that can come on and make that difference. That's been something San Diego is very passionate about. Yes, Alex Morgan's a star, but there are many more talented players that they hope to kind of work into the season and build into this franchise for many years to come.
I like that San Diego is building their culture with using every player on the roster and using their game changers, aka the substitutions coming onto the field, who really bring that spark and make that difference. And we've seen some really big star power from San Diego not play in this game. They haven't been able to be on the pitch.
Mewis looking for the back post.
Go on, don't let him out!
Purse on the end of it. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Not sure if she was shooting for the back post or trying to, again, play it across the face of the 6.
That was a great ball in from Mewis across her body with her left foot. She uses her laces, and she sees that run in behind. It doesn't take a lot from Mewis just to hit a perfectly timed ball. Purse is right there trying to finish it. Well done by San Diego to take that angle away.
As pretty as it comes, huh? Off the foot of Mewis.
That's exactly what Coach Parkinson wants from Mewis. He wants her to be that player who puts those beautiful balls right on top of someone's foot inside the box. But we also see Mewis, if she had the ball and McNabb didn't foul her right there, she'd be right at San Diego's back line and getting an opportunity to take that shot. So not only can she distribute it well, but we've seen Mewis be so deadly, dribbling it at somebody else's back line.
31-year-old from Hanson, Massachusetts. Star-studded family, no doubt. Plays it to the back post. Oh, wow. San Diego allowed a free run from Allie Krieger. A bit lucky that Krieger didn't do better with it.
San Diego's lucky that Mewis overhit that ball. Krieger's making a good run. It's just a little too far over top of the 6. Krieger's not able to get that ball perfectly on frame because it's so close to far post.
Ashlyn Harris's eyes get a little bit big. She'll be asked to be called into duty here. Jakobsen onto her left, fires a low shot. It's blocked. Is that Estelle Johnson, 24?
I know it's playoff hockey right now, but sometimes I feel like Gotham is playing playoff hockey because every time San Diego gets inside the box or there's so many different balls in there, they're using their shins or just whatever they can to knock it out and not let it get on frame.
I have a little grip this time of year, no?
Are you a playoff hockey fan?
I do like playoff hockey.
Who's your team?
You guys are gonna roll their eyes when I say Tampa Bay Lightning.
That's okay.
I'm a Florida boy.
I'm a Canes fan, so I think we might be out of it now.
Trust me. You have to turn them around. Let's go. Let them move. Now we compete.
Harris drives it across.
Go on, Paige.
Monahan muscling. In the end, though, Westfall too strong.
It's not a foul.
And now Reel drops it back to her keeper, Sheridan.
Gotta win.
How often does Korniak win any type of ball in the air? Even with her head, when it comes down to her feet, just the presence.
Coach Parkinson spoke about how lethal San Diego would be in the middle of the field with their height, and it starts with Korniak. She's winning all those first and even second balls that are coming in for San Diego. Gotham has to be aware of that, see that ball come off her head, and be there for that next best touch.
Jakobsen, Westfall in support. Dorsey stones the attempt, but it is a corner kick again for San Diego. Looking to build off that momentum. It was about this time in the first half that Wave FC started to feel itself in the attacking third. You can just hear the crowd all night, the energy high. That has to be a blast to be a part of. It'll be Tegan McGrady, former national champion with the Stanford Cardinal. Lefty, in-swinging ball. Again, Korniak. She's winning every single ball in the air. Asking for some help.
When you have a player of the height of Korniak at 6'1", she is going to be that player you want to find on corner kicks. Even though Gotham knows that's exactly who they're going for, it's still really hard to contest her because of her height.
She played in the Big 12. Anna, you played in the Big 10. What's the key when you played of trying to just off-center a player of that type of stature.
You have to use your body, and you have to jump with them. Even if you don't think you're going to win the ball, you have to be there to contest it.
The 3rd overall pick of the NWSL draft. Taylor Korniak putting in an incredible night's work here for San Diego, who looks for 3 more points. Fresh off a win on the road at Houston. It would be just the 3rd team to ever win its first 2 regular season games as a member of the NWSL.
A great start to the regular season for San Diego with their first win against Houston, and just the way that they've played in this game, they've really done a good job of holding their shape and keeping Gotham pinned in.
Come on, Paige.
61st minute. McNabb, Westfall, into the channel. Back to McNabb. San Diego Wave is doing the wave at the moment around Torero Stadium. Jakobsen, good ball in. Oh, just missed the sweet spot of Alex Morgan's head.
Fantastic ball whipped inside. Jakobsen got her hips all the way over that one.
Another attempt for Morgan, glancing header, trickles wide.
Morgan just didn't have the height on that one to put it past Harris. Good ball in by Taylor to find Jakobsen in the wide areas. Dorsey's not there to stop that cross coming in. That ball is whipped in so hard. Morgan's just not able to jump up in the right time, but no one's there touching Morgan and really contesting that ball coming inside. It's a good look from the wide area for the Wave.
Substitution coming now for Gotham. Cameron Tucker in. Christy Mewis out after a little over 61 minutes. Surprised by this sub?
Christy Mewis just hasn't been on the ball a lot in this game. She hasn't found her tempo and her rhythm because Gotham hasn't had possession of the game much. So putting Cameron Tucker on the field, getting a younger player experience in these types of games, these types of situations this early on in the season is a good idea by Parkinson.
Cameron Tucker, the speedster from Highland, Utah. 22-year-old, played her collegiate ball at BYU as the Cougars made it to the College Cup final this past season, losing to Florida State in penalty kicks. Purse pushes it out wide. Here is Tucker. Tested Sheridan. She was up to the task.
That opportunity by Gotham was created by Anumanu, dropping a little bit down into the field. She wins it, and then she finds Purse feet out. Well done by Tucker to drag her run out wide. She draws the San Diego defender out wide, and she takes a good opportunity, a good look on Sheridan. Just not enough power behind that ball to really contest Sheridan in net. But Gotham needs those types of looks right now.
So a bright spot for Tucker. 43 goals in her career as a Cougar. 64th minute of action. Gotham still looking for the equalizer. Here's Purse. She's dangerous with the ball at her feet. Into the 18. Her shot blocked. Kawasumi. Low line drive also deflected, but to the feet of Purse. Towards the end line, into the 6-yard box again. San Diego's back line able to deflect.
This energy starts from a tactical decision by taking Mewis off the field and putting Tucker on, who is a forward. So it allows more players to be on San Diego's line. Anumanu's dropping off and being that false 9 for Gotham, and Tucker's making those runs with fresh legs and behind.
So here is Amira Ali in for Sophia Jakobsen. One of 2 subs. And San Diego's making Kelsey Turnbow, alumnus of Santa Clara. She's also into the match. Jody Taylor off after just over 64 minutes. Kelsey Turnbow started last week against Houston. Acquired in a trade with Chicago Red Stars. It also brought Katie Johnson and Mackenzie Doniak.
Coach Gunny talked about Turnbow, who's played in the midfield a lot during the Challenge Cup, and now they've moved her into the wide areas a little bit, and he said he wants to see these players in different spots on the field, and these players have done a really good job being up for the challenge, figuring out the right spot for them.
A little tugging here as Amira Ali shakes off Dorsey. Onto her left, she goes down. Another point at the spot. And just fresh coming into the match, Ali's got a smile on her face as once again, San Diego will have an opportunity from the penalty spot to double their lead now.
A big-time game changer coming onto the pitch is Ali. She does a good job of just taking on Dorsey. Zerboni coming out of nowhere from the midfield. There is no reason to tackle Ali right there because Dorsey has her. She's moving her feet. She's staying with Ali. All Zerboni needs to do is keep Ali in front of her, but instead it's a PK.
Round two, Morgan and Harris. The lefty strike. 2 times. 2 opportunities and 2 goals for Alex Morgan. San Diego doubles its lead.
Morgan, who's 3 for 3 at the penalty spot this season, goes with the right side of the netting in this penalty kick opportunity. Again, her experience, her composure, just to put that one right past Harris, who really wants her to go left. But well done by Morgan, just to hit it so hard. Harris makes the right decision to go to Harris's left, but Morgan, really well done with the power and the energy and the composure to put San Diego up now by 2.
And it's the confidence that Alex Morgan brings to the table. Going up against Ashlyn Harris, one of the best keepers in the league. And you put Alex Morgan that close to net, and more times than not, she's gonna finish. San Diego is riding high on this home opener. Torero Stadium has been sent into a frenzy twice.
You can't take away what Ali did for Morgan to get that penalty kick. She created that opportunity. She was right there taking on Dorsey and drawing that foul against Zerboni to set up that chance for Morgan. Really well done for Ali not to be on the pitch more than just a few minutes to get that second goal for San Diego.
And Ali had 2 goals in the Challenge Cup as well. 23-year-old, you see for Gotham now, Kawasumi off and Cujo on. And credit to you, Anna, you were on the Amira Ali train early, saying that she had a chance to come in this one and make a difference, and she has. And she have her own goal here. Van Egmond chips it towards the back post, a little too much, floated it.
That's the second time Van Egmond hasn't gotten her body over that ball. Instead, she just needs to use her laces and strike through the ball, not be leaning backwards. But you're right, Ali just stepping on the field, and you see her energy, and she wants to be in goal, and she wants to find herself in those 1v1 situations. And I like her ability to come onto the pitch so late in the second half and really be a game changer for this Wave team.
There she is again. Turnbow onto her left. Played it towards the penalty spot. Into the 69th minute for Gotham. Hannah, if you're Gotham now, what becomes the game plan? You got to try and get at least 1 back.
Gotham has to possess it and switch the point of the attack, keep the ball at their feet. That's one thing we haven't seen Gotham do at all, is connect more than 4 or 5 passes before finding a good opportunity. They have to find a way to out-possess San Diego.
Westfall plays it ahead. Short pass to Turnbow. Korniak, low. Now Morgan onto her left. It's a hat trick for Alex Morgan. San Diego feeling great at home here tonight.
Well done by Alex Morgan to see how slow Gotham was to clear that ball out of their own 18. She comes from behind to see Zerboni, who just has the ball at her feet. She's not ready to clear it, and does a good job of winning it, turning it. Well done, using the width of the field again. Westfall just building up the field. Turnbow creating an opportunity to put that ball inside the box. It's initially won by Gotham, but Zerboni takes too much time to get that ball out of her own 18, and Harris does not expect Morgan to win that ball. Well done by Morgan. Not to take too many touches, just one, and then she picks her face up, finds the back of the net. Well done by Morgan. Again, there are plenty of Gotham players inside the box ready to clear it. Zerboni just has to be a little bit faster to get that out of her own 18 and not mess around with it so close to goal.
She is absolutely lethal. Again, that close to a net. And Alex Morgan that time made no mistake. 71st minute of action. And how about this debut by San Diego on its home turf? They are welcoming a fan base into a new era of NWSL.
We've seen San Diego get better and better at every single game we've watched them play so far, but their ability to just put this high pressure on Gotham and not allow them to breathe has created some really beautiful goals here tonight.
Ali, a bright spot off the bench for Wave FC. 1-2 with Morgan. She plays it in. Now Korniak has a rip, it's blocked. Sent Ashlyn Harris sprawling to her right. Now a whistle going the other way.
And you can tell that Gotham is frustrated because Monahan is dropping back off so much to try and win the ball in the own back half. That's the only way Gotham's attackers are finding the ball, is if they go and win it themselves. That shows that Gotham just has to find a way to get that ball up the field a little bit faster.
Well, it seems like San Diego's just coming in waves. Manu. Can Gotham find one goal? Wow, Sheridan was expecting the near post. Leaned to her right and punched it out.
Well done by Gotham to take that opportunity to get inside the box, look for a good goal. Reels taking out that angle that Monahan had and allowed Sheridan to make a big save.
Attempt into the side netting. And coming up for Gotham next, a couple of home games against North Carolina Courage and Racing Louisville. By the way, congratulations to the North Carolina Courage on their NWSL Challenge Cup championship here today. What an outstanding game that was with Washington. And I know you had a chance to call that one too. That was exhilarating, and the third champion has been crowned.
North Carolina and Washington really haven't messed too much with their starting 11, so we saw two teams that look very similar to what they did last season, but it was a really well-fought Challenge Cup.
Monahan, oh, Sheridan was excellent. Kaylin Sheridan, take a bow.
Well done by Monahan to bring that ball all the way up the field. She sees that time and space that San Diego is giving her, and right outside the 18, why not have at it and look for the back of the net? That was a fantastically struck ball by Monahan with her laces, and almost an even better save by Sheridan to get down on her left side.
Cleared out by San Diego. Gotham still just looking for one. Something to feel good about. Plenty of time left in this matchup to put some pressure on San Diego, but it's been the home side really all evening long. It's been a hat trick for Alex Morgan, a couple of penalties, a finish from just about 7 yards out. And really San Diego it's been a full team effort. Maybe the unsung hero in this one, Taylor Korniak for Wave FC.
Korniak has been all over the midfield. Defensively, she's helped out San Diego. She's been in the attack every single time there's a ball crossed in. And she's right there to head and flick those balls on for her teammates to run onto. Gotham knew that Korniak would be a huge piece in the middle of the field solely because of her size and how much San Diego plays with the ball in the air. And tonight, certainly Korniak has had the better half of that.
Up next for San Diego, a match against Chicago Red Stars next Sunday night. I should say Sunday afternoon. 2 o'clock first kick. 9 shots tonight for Alex Morgan. Nice catch by a fan in the 3rd row.
And he even gave it back. I don't know if I would give that ball back. I think I would hold on to that one.
Absolutely. Got to turn that in for popcorn or something.
Maybe you have to give it back. Maybe there are better people than I am.
Beautiful dummy from Alex Morgan. Turnbow crosses it in. Morgan looking for a 4th. Oh, and sometimes when it's your night and the ball's just finding the back of the net for you, that can be a moment of magic. Morgan just mishit it.
Morgan with a hat trick already in today's game. I can't believe Gotham left her alone inside the 18 as that ball comes in from Turnbow. Well done by Ali to contest it. Morgan's right there to try and clean it up. Gotham has to recognize all the runners coming in.
So getting a note here that no team has earned 2 straight shutouts in its first season in the NWSL. San Diego trying to be the first to do it. Cross to the back post. Morgan again, now looking for 13 early and often is San Diego. And also being told that Morgan's hat trick is the first of 2022. There were none in 2021. Pretty special night here at Torero Stadium.
Morgan's fit into this system so well, and she talks about just her excitement to be in San Diego, and that alone is shown so much on this field and how excited she is to play next to these younger players, especially even Jakobsen, who's joined this team as well. You can see that she has really helped and has continued to help the San Diego team grow, and just her leadership and her ability to put those types of goals away.
Shout out to Jen Cooper for those little nuggets. Does an excellent job. The NWSL. San Diego 3, Gotham 0, 78th minute. If you're just joining us, you have missed quite a lot. Alex Morgan's hat trick, the first for any player in almost 2 years in the NWSL. Home opener for regular season for Wave FC, and it's been the home side all evening long. Turnbow, Morgan has support coming on. Morgan will have a go, and it's blocked. Allie Krieger put her body on the line.
A lot of space in the midfield that Turnbow was allowed to have. She took so many touches towards Gotham's goal with nobody touching her in the middle of the field. That created that opportunity for Morgan to get a shot.
McGrady sends it towards the back post. A whistle, foul going the other way. A little bit too much tugging. Foul's on Korniak.
I'll put up 19.
Don't go, Tay. Don't go, they're sucking you out. Don't go, Amir can do 2. Amir can do 2. Don't go.
We We now enter the 80th minute. Dorsey looking for Anamanu. San Diego has had success with this press. It has made Gotham really uncomfortable for almost 80 minutes now. This is better from Gotham. Monahan, you hear Scott Parkinson yell, big touch. Cujo. And first touches of significance. Player down on the left side. Is that Monahan who went down in a heap? Gotham will play on. Johnson. And now a stoppage of play.
Paige Monahan down after that last build-up from her down that left flank. She's been a huge bright spot for Gotham's attack. She's really the only one who's dropped off, trying to win those balls, trying to get into the attack, and now you see her grabbing that left lower leg. I like Monahan's tenacity just to want the ball and to want an opportunity, so she's going to work backwards and forwards to create it for herself and for her teammates.
Not a lot of moments tonight for Gotham. So Monahan involved in the handful that were. Saw the substitution there. Katie Johnson on. For San Diego, Korniak. Excellent evening will come off as McGrady also comes off. Her night's done.
McGrady provided so many services for San Diego today. I loved how she got into the attack. She got up that left flank, and she was there for San Diego. She wasn't playing conservative, and that created so many chances in the box for the Wave tonight.
Two shots for Monahan and two chances created. It's been the Alex Morgan show here this evening. San Diego flexing all over Gotham. Just see 26 shots, my goodness. That is an onslaught. Can Gotham find something late? Perhaps something to build off of. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And Scott Parkinson, obviously, tonight not going the way that they had wanted, but perhaps they'll have some learning lessons as they move back and play at home for a couple of weeks.
You talk about those shots from San Diego. 12 of those have been from Alex Morgan, but there have been plenty from other teammates like Korniak and Taylor, Jakobsen, who've just been in the attack. It's been a complete team effort by San Diego to get it done. And you talk to the coaches of San Diego, they don't want it from one player. They want it to be a team effort. And I love how Ali, who came on in the second half, created that second goal and was really a huge bright spot again for San Diego tonight.
Help me, Kelsey! Help me up!
We touched on it earlier, but something again San Diego really prides itself in is the options that they have on this roster. Made a couple of changes into the starting 11 tonight. And once again, it's provided to be fruitful for Casey Stoney's bunch. I think at this point, too, now, Anna, San Diego is really going to be hungry to keep that shutout, to keep the clean sheet, and to really feel good about this performance all the way around.
San Diego has to be really happy, too, with how they've kept the clean sheet. They haven't allowed Gotham to really test Sheridan, besides that one fantastic shot by Monahan a little bit ago. And just really, the back line of San Diego has kept such a high line and won any balls that came at them, which didn't allow Gotham much time and space.
There's Mia Zhao, former Duke Blue Devil. Brother Joe played many years in the MLS and a U.S. men's national team member. There's Katie Johnson as well, finishing this thing off. San Diego will move into a new stadium in September, later on this year. do you like the name Snapdragon?
I think it's a fantastic name for a stadium. Snapdragon. What do you think about the name?
I love it. What do you say? Do you say headed to the snap? Headed to the dragon?
You're headed to the dragon, to the snap? When you have dragon in the name? Come on, that's an easy pick.
Do you just skip the front part of the name altogether?
Absolutely.
Okay.
People call people by their last names all the time.
The dragon.
I'm constantly witty, never Anna.
See what you did there? Points to you, Witty. 85th minute. Again, fans for the NWSL, you can see it there, San Diego Wave FC. Follow them on all their socials. Build this league, build that franchise. As we continue to really push this new era of professional women's soccer into the forefront. This one pops up. An easy play for Harris.
You talk about this new stadium and Snapdragon. We'll call it Dragon for right now. But just how these fans are going to have a really cool environment to watch their team in. It's, again, going to continue to bring more fans into the crowd. And the way that San Diego's playing right now, if they can continue to build on this, they will draw an even bigger crowd and continue to grow the sport in Southern California.
Wave FC fans, help us out. Let us know what you're calling it. Save us from our misery of trying to figure this one out. Either way.
If the Wave go by the Dragon, they have to have some sort of like water monster as their mascot. I'd be happy to help them design it.
We dubbed this Conversations You Have in a 3-0 match in the 86th minute.
You mentioned the fact that it's a 3-0 match, and you see all of the fans still in the crowd there to finish this game. I think that's a huge testament to just how much this game is growing as well. It's really exciting to see.
How exciting was it, too, to watch Angel City and San Diego earlier this year have over 450,000 people tune in for that national TV matchup. My gosh. To the back post, San Diego looking for a fourth. If that doesn't signal just the growth of this league and this sport, the investment in women's sports and women's soccer, I don't know what does. The numbers speak for themselves. This is a great league. You know, we've talked about Alex Morgan a lot tonight, but there are a number of stars in this league, a number of quality players all the way throughout.
You talk about the investment in this team, even from the Gotham side. You have Carly Lloyd getting involved in ownership, and then you have Kevin Durant and 35 Ventures. Just shows how this game is growing coast to coast, and I think it's a great opportunity for Gotham to get that kind of exposure with Kevin Durant and his company in 35 Ventures.
Without a doubt. The more exposure you get, Scott Parkinson talked about, it just gives you credibility and finance. He said the only way you grow the sport is with more finance. To hear Carson Pickett today talk about the uptick in the revenue that the players are going to get from the Challenge Cup as Cujo goes down. She said, yes, winning is nice, but at the end of the day, the money's nice too, and kudos to everybody involved as this sport and this league continues to grow.
Coach Parkinson also saying that the investment in the sport and for players to see that backing is just going to make them better on the field as well. They're going to have better environments to grow in, better training facilities to get better in. These small things, these small ways that people are investing in these women is really fun to see, and it is making a huge difference.
It's Ali who went down. The 23-year-old, quick back up to her feet. Strong night, too, from Kaylin Sheridan. Being told we will have about 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's not easy if you're a keeper and your team's up 3-0 to keep that focus and stay locked in, but give Sheridan a lot of credit. She was asked to come up big a couple of times tonight, and she's made some outstanding saves.
Sheridan certainly was asked to come up big, but that's what makes her one of the best young players in the world. Is she has been so locked in this entire game, and you've seen her with all her teammates who've gone down these injuries. She's there. She's helping them up. She's talking to people constantly. She wants to be involved at all times.
Playing against her former club. To add, traded in December. And as Anna said, one of the best keepers in the NWSL. Named to the best 11 last season. She's got a bright future for the Canadian national team as well. Entering the 90th minute now. San Diego have the icing on the cake. It's been a party so far at Torero Stadium.
Your attention, please. The assistant referee has indicated a minutes of patient time to play this second half. 3 minutes was built up.
Make sure we got cover. Need a winner. Ellie, get him. Need a winner. Press her, Kel. Press her. Press her. Come on, Ellie. Jeez. Come on, Ellie. Well done, Joe.
Giveaway here. It's Morgan once more. A calm finish. An artist and her canvas, Alex Morgan. 4 goals tonight.
Alex Morgan does not stop, and she continues to follow that ball. She sees that missed pass by Gotham and does a really good job of continuing to follow that run in behind. And with the 4th goal in this game, she's the 3rd player in NWSL to score 4 in one game. A fantastic ball in behind. Dice Gasco doesn't read that pass well, and Morgan finishes that run. She's in the right spot and finishes it just in time for Harris, not able to take the right angle away. Well done by Morgan to use her instep, which gives her more time, and she's more precise with where she's placing that ball because of it. Big, big game for Morgan tonight. Fantastic finish for the way forward.
There is blood in the water here in San Diego. And a Shark has 4 goals here this evening.
No. A Dragon has 4 goals, right? Or are you going with the Shark?
We'll ask Alex Morgan. How about that? Turnbow was trying to get in on the act as well.
What's more scary to you, a Dragon or a Shark?
Well, I've never seen a dragon.
You've never seen a dragon?
Not in person.
Okay, not in person. You seen a shark in person?
I have. Pretty terrifying, not gonna lie.
I hope you weren't in the water.
No. I'd like to call a few more soccer broadcasts. Gotta be alive for those. 93rd minute, final few moments. 4-0 San Diego. Alex Morgan, just the 3rd player in NWSL history to score 4 goals in one game. Sam Kerr did it for Sky Blue in 2017, and Kristen Hamilton did it in 2019 for North Carolina. This is how you draw up a home opener if you're San Diego. A star on the pitch scores 4 times, a packed house, and it's all smiles. Here from Southern California, San Diego 4, Gotham 0. NWSL on Twitch, it's been a blast. When we come back, we will have our post-game show. Stay with us, don't you go anywhere. San Diego through the party of the evening here in Southern California. And a happy Mother's Day now as it's past midnight on the East Coast. Ashlyn Harris and Allie Krieger, moms, as well as Alex Morgan, a mom now too. It was the Alex Morgan show in this one. As we look at highlights, San Diego was the story of the evening.
San Diego came out on the front foot and were the aggressors in this game. They got into the box a lot and put 31 shots on Gotham. Right there, an opportunity created for Alex Morgan to put San Diego up by 1 going into the second half. But the second half really was all San Diego's game. They had players coming off the bench creating opportunities. Leg Ali right inside the 18, another penalty kick opportunity for Alex Morgan. And they continued to come for San Diego. They got into the wide spots and they put a ton of crosses inside the box, 34. Not all of them obviously were converted for San Diego, but they just did a really good job of being the aggressors in this game and didn't allow Gotham to play through the midfield. They didn't allow Mewis to live on the ball much at all. And even Zerboni, they really took Purse out of the game, and Anu Manu, well done by San Diego to just be in this game all 90 minutes. They brought the energy. Morgan to fight back, to win this ball back from Zerboni inside Gotham's own 18 and to find the back of the net again. Gotham put a lot of defenders in front of the goalkeeper, trying to keep San Diego out of the back of the net, but well done by San Diego to keep a clean sheet and to go up by 4. There was opportunities created by Gotham. A lot of credit to Monahan and how she brought that ball up the field. She would work backwards to win it, and then she would dribble it all the way up. This was one of the only opportunities Gotham had in this game, and a lot of credit to how Sheridan came up big with that save. A lot of credit to McGrady on the left flank, too, for San Diego. I liked how she got into the attack. She put a lot of great crosses in and really helped San Diego just live in Gotham's 18. The final goal by Morgan, she just followed that poor pass by Didasco all the way back. She took one touch and found side netting and really solidified this win for San Diego. A great leader. Only in week 2 for San Diego. And you look at the stats, 4 goals by San Diego, 31 shots. Only 9 of those shots were on target, but they certainly outpossessed Gotham, a Gotham team who really likes to live on the ball. Well done by San Diego to come up big in their first home opener.
What a win it was. And for Alex Morgan, 4 goals. Just the 3rd player ever in NWSL history to do that mark. I want to thank all of you for joining us on the West Coast, on the East Coast, internationally on Twitch. San Diego 4, Gotham FC 0. For Anna Whitty and my producer Bruno Santos, I'm Arya Masudi saying good night from Southern California. Opener for San Diego, and the second ever signing for the franchise. It's Alex Morgan from the spot, and she makes no mistake. Who else? Alex Morgan gives San Diego a 1-0 lead as Torero Stadium comes to